With Trending Today, and I am at Winter NAMM. We're going to see everything that is new and innovative in sound and music. We'll talk to experts from Gibson, Yamaha, Ludwig, and so much more. So stay with me on Trending Today. I'm Jana with Trending Today, and we are here at Winter NAMM checking out everything that is new and exciting in the sound and music industry.
The growth of the live music experience today and the growth of concerts and everything, performances, whether it's a school performance or a house of worship, the expectation now is that it's going to be great sound, great lights, and great video.
I do NAMM Moscow, I do all the trade shows around the world. This one has a really friendly vibe, and you can approach your heroes and you can speak to them and you can say thank you for the music, and they will shake your hand. They won't tell you to, like, come on, security. They'll be great, and that's amazing. But it's one of the last trade shows in the world where you can do that.
Lots of innovation at Yamaha, so I always come up with something that's really interesting for musicians and for non-musicians.
But we had Elton John who used that type of technology and played 300 pianos at the same time throughout the world.
When musicians come to the NAMM show, they're not famous rock stars. They're journeyman players. They see themselves as true players and craftsmen, and they want to be around others like that.
Next on Trending Today, we take you live to Gibson at the Grove.
We believe as a band that it takes so much hard work as an entrepreneur, because that's what we are as musicians. We're entrepreneurs. Every one of us, we have our own brand in ourselves. For us, that's the most important. You got to have thick skin when you start a business, and that's what this music is for us. It's business and it's passion. That's it.
They're the next generation. So it's amazing. We had kids from all over the world who have their own styles, and you could see them and they're comfortable, but that was a big moment for them too. Imagine telling a 12-year-old, you're gonna be playing with Slash tonight. And they're like, wait a minute. They got up there and I don't think they disappointed.
Gibson is a globally conscious brand that recognizes the importance of giving back. Gibson Gives was created with a simple mission to make music matter to more people in more ways, one guitar at a time. This credo has shared the gift of music to school programs, veteran rehabilitation initiatives, and cities devastated by natural disaster. Music brings us all together, and Gibson reminds us to always give back to each other. I'm here at NAMM, and we are right at the heart of Gibson. And I'm here with JC, who is the CEO of Gibson. Previously, he was with Levi and Solomon and is now running the show here. Great to have you.
Great to be here. Yeah, it's amazing when I can follow my passion from skiing and snowboarding and then into denim and jeans. I've been wearing Levi's all my life, and the chance to be here at Gibson leading this business, this brand, and this awesome company is amazing. Our vision is all around really being the most relevant, the most played, and the most loved guitar brands. We have been that before, so why not do it again? And I think it's getting this balance of how do you leverage your iconic past? I mean, we're iconic, our sound, our shape of sound, our shapes of our guitars are iconic, but at the same time, you have to lean into the innovative future.
Well, the interesting thing about, balancing historical, classic, legacy with new is that a lot of the things that we're doing to go back to our roots are new. We really went to another level of historical accurateness.
We got together as a team and said, what do we do for Gibson Gibbs? And we said, we make music matter one guitar at a time. Every generation, every genre, if you lost your guitar, had a damage in that very specific, tornado that ripped through Nashville, we're gonna come to your support and get you a guitar, put a guitar back in your hands.
So to be able to replace that and put joy back into their hearts and their minds into a calming place amidst trying to recover, it's just an overwhelming and awesome experience.
Next up, we head to the inner halls of NAMM to experience the innovations in music technology, changing the way we play at Jouet. Is the inventor, creator, and CEO of Jouet, a revolutionary product here in the music industry.
The idea here is to get something really creative, for people, make music, create music everywhere, anytime, The big issue on this market is that a lot of people would love to make music, but traditional instruments on one side and electronic machines on the other side are very complicated. So our mission is really to have something very accessible to people so they can enjoy music making very easily. Today, we're all nomads, we all travel. So you just have your backpack, you have your smartphone, and just use Jouet, and you're ready to go.
Can you talk to me about your collaboration and your relationship with Arabian Prince, bringing in an artist to actually interact with your product?
To us, it's very important to get this kind of very famous artists coming with us. It means also that what we're doing is really in the right direction for musicians and for also all the people who want to get into music making.
For me, I've always been an analog guy, analog turntables, analog synthesizers, but when you travel, you can't really do that. So you got to find tools that can allow you to be creative when you're on the go or when you're on an airplane or stuff like that. So Jouet allows you to do that, and I'm just here to help them bring this to market and actually create new versions of it for different industries, because this thing can control anything, so that's what makes it amazing.
Where there's sound, there's waves. So we're basically just involved in everything that there's sound. We are all musicians, most of the company, so it's basically musicians for musicians. And we want to give people the tools to make their life easier, their workflow better, and give them the best tools possible for their creativity.
Well, we're here at NAMM, it's the music show, so what better way to show off what we do than to build a giant musical instrument. So what we've done is we've built it out of our trussing systems, and then we've incorporated some LED lighting into it as the strings, and then hooked it up to a real Gibson guitar, and as you play the Gibson guitar, all of the lighting reacts to it as well. And it's just a way of showing a fun environment of the lighting, music, all just working together.
We have the Hurricane Bubble Haze here behind us, which is a showstopper since we came out with it. You can have haze, pure bubbles, or as you can see, the fog-filled bubbles that makes every adult turn into a kid as soon as we turn it on.
This is one of the more exciting pieces for me at this show. It's an all-in-one unit together, so you can carry it as one piece, and it also performs as a standalone unit.
I love seeing some of the new artists coming in, new musicians who are just overwhelmed with it all because it's a little twinkle in their eye, and I'm still like that, even after 30 years.
Now it's time to meet the melodic singer-songwriter who has teamed up with Guild and Cordoba for a special acoustic spotlight. I'm here with singer-songwriter Natalie Gelman, who was previously a streetlight musician, and now she is a spotlight musician. Natalie, thank you so much for joining me. What an amazing performance you just had.
Aw, thank you so much. It's really nice to play in a room where everyone's listening, and especially in front of so many musicians. It's like you really feel like these are the people who get what you're doing.
I think I'm loving, but it feels like I lost my way.
And let's talk about your first song, Streetlight Musician. You talked about how you grew up in New York and you were busking and musicians walking by in high heels that didn't even look at you. Can you talk to people who walk by musicians every day and maybe don't give them a second look?
I grew up busking in the subways, and it was easier when I first started. And even I am a little bit jaded, you know, as a musician. I'm really picky about what music I like. But I'm so surprised when I'm back in New York, which I am a lot because my family is still back there. A lot of subway performers are phenomenal.
We are living in this world, a happy We both want some that is on.
And can we talk about a couple of your other songs? Because I know that your mom battled Alzheimer's, and the light on upstairs, I think, was a really special lyrical note to her.
Nobody cares if the lights aren't on upstairs, if the words don't come so easy after a while.
That song is so close to my heart. I wrote it a long time ago, actually, when she first started going down the battle with that illness. And it wasn't something we talked about, but I saw that was where things were going because my grandmother had the disease when I was little. And it's one of the hardest things to go through with someone you love, especially if people have gone through that with someone they know. But I wrote that song because I'm always writing songs to process my feelings, and like songwriting is therapy. And so I wrote that song with a friend of mine who also had experience with Alzheimer's with her grandmother. The ukulele lends itself to a lightness. You know, it's not, the song is even though it's about such a heavy subject, it really tries to find the message is that even though they're losing their memories, I'm going to hold those memories in my heart. And so while I was going through my mom's disease, that song gave me hope. It was weird and great because what ended up happening was the song kept coming around every time I played it to like remind me to not be terribly sad about what was terribly sad.
Can you talk to me about the connection between you and your instruments? It seems really special to you.
Yeah, it's such I actually back in college had a teacher who was saying like your instrument should be an extension of your body. And it wasn't something I really understood at the time, but as I've gotten older and been a songwriter for longer and written songs, I started out mostly on guitar. And you just kind of know when you pick up an instrument if it's meant for you, or there's songs in there as a songwriter, if there's songs in there that are meant for you. And it really is. If it's the best relationship, it's really an extension of your body. And I'm lucky that I, a few years ago, started working with Guild and more recently Cordoba, and I love their ukuleles and their guitars, and they really do help me sound a lot better all the time and help me find songs. Every time I sit down with a different instrument, there's different ways it pulls the song. It's hard to describe. There's a little bit of magic that happens. There's something that's intangible happening.
Well, Natalie, I am beyond proud of you for taking the stance that you have, and also thank you for taking the time to share your story with us. It's really special.
If the words don't come so easy after a while.
Okay, trending today, it's about to get loud. We are about to experience some serious percussion with Hendrix drums. If you can't tell by the sound around me, we have made it to the percussion section of NAMM, and the energy here is insane. I'm here at Hendrix Drum with Joe Fazio. You've got to talk to me about the different lines that we have here. What are we looking at?
This is our flagship series, the Archetype series. This is a zebra wood kit in high gloss. It has abalone inlays. The construction is actually staves, which is several pieces of wood that is glued together and then put on a lathe and spun. And then we take the meat out of the interior and we leave a 1/2-inch re-ring that's not glued in. We leave them in there, and that leaves a thinner shell that lets it resonate. My biggest pitch to people, what is it? I hand them a pair of sticks. That's the size of it.
And I think that speaks so much for your brand when you can literally just say, here, try this. You really don't have to sell, it sells itself.
I don't have to turn into Johnny Salesman. I give him a pair of sticks and it's a wrap.
It's not just an instrument. I mean, this is a piece of art.
Right, well, just like when you sit down to eat, you eat with your eyes first, right? So you look at a plate of food and you go, I like that. And then you want to taste it. Same thing with these. You know, you look, it's like beautiful, I love it, but how does it sound? And they sound better than they look. This is the Archetype series. It stands out from the pack for sure. The gold hardware helps with that, but also the types of woods that we use. Not many drum builders use canary wood, Shadoa. We use a lot of different exotic things, and that's really what put HD on the map. We're down to earth. We have a lot of great artists on board. It's really about relationships. I'm a musician myself, and I tell everyone that I used to race cars and now I build the engines.
At NAMM, we get to experience the finished product that makes beautiful music. But Trending Today takes you behind the scenes as we head to Houston and go inside the creation and personalization of each Hendrix drum.
When we first started, we had a little bitty boutique company. And now we've taken over a larger company that has a longer history, that's been in the game longer. We're able to now be more creative. And that's bringing something for the consumer that's not just 3 styles of something. Our catalog is growing.
The possibilities are pretty much endless of what we can do. Anything the client can think of, we can do.
You know, they need things that don't fall apart. Guys that hit hard, that tour a lot, something that's gonna stay together on the road, but also the look, you know, of the drum. I like to talk to the customer and really see what they want and really see who they are and work with them in the creative process and build part of who they are. You know, and that's going to reflect in the drum, and then they get the whole package. If you can dream it, we can build it. That's the truth.
Any musician making an onstage appearance has to have the right tools to nail their performance. DNA Guitar Gear focuses on innovation, design, reliability, and instrument safety, so artists can focus on their music.
DNA was started by a group of passionate designers and engineers and professional musicians with a goal of developing innovative and highly functional products for the creative community. We're not a Me Too company. Everything we do is based on innovation and based on bringing real value to the industry. So we have a range of instrument stands, compact stand, instrument straps, stage stands, and now we're getting into the music stand category. We really put a lot of work into the stability and the safety for the stand.
They're the most beautiful guitar stands too. The first factor for me was safety. Every guitar is safe on one of these stands. That's number one.
ABS lattice construction makes it really Superman strong. So it can support the weight of a very heavy instrument for a gigging musician, for a traveling musician. So super compact. Wow. And that's the entire guitar stand. Musicians aren't just reading sheet music, they're also using laptops and iPads. Yeah. So that's what we sort of achieved here. There's really 2 types of music stands. There's a really lightweight music stand that is compact, but it's not really sturdy or stable. And then there's the ones that are really stable, but they're not compact. So we wanted to address that. It addresses that need of having one destination for your instrument and your sheet music. We're developing products that are not only are innovative, but that solve problems and that are comfortable and safe for the instruments that they perform with.
Since the early 1900s, Ludwig has been leading the charge in drum sets and concert percussion. Their instruments have shared the stage with stars such as Taylor Swift, Cheap Trick, Lorde, the Black Keys, Billy Idol, the Beach Boys, and hundreds more.
It's very exciting to be involved with drums, drumming, and drummers. It's all about the players. It is always a balance that we want to maintain to make sure that we're doing what the loyalists like and also innovate for the younger players. We're in our 111th year. We have a very broad and long history. It's like a fashion industry where fashions change constantly and we have to change as well. Drummers tend to see with their eyes, you know, that's very important when we come up with these ideas and things that you can do. The aesthetic is very important. And this particular kit is limited for 2020, and it comes with a special badge and everything. So very unique, and it'll be special limited for this year.
So for anyone who has fallen in love with Ludwig, make sure you check him out online.
Look at this place. You come here, it looks like you're entering Disney World or Six Flags or something crazy like that. But instead, you're reading a bunch of music maniacs when you come in here. So it's a beautiful experience. So I love to encourage people to be themselves, don't judge people so quickly, but also share their opinions. Because I don't feel like we move forth in this world without sharing opinions and also coming together. So I'm on it. I know it's cliche, but we got to continue to come together. And the way to do that is to uplift and bring positive music, I feel, to the world.
So what we're going to do today is I'm going to have you stand exactly where you are, and you're going to actually have to distinguish whether you're hearing through the microphone, which is right over here, or if you're actually through the headphones, you're hearing it real live in front of you.
Our software allows musicians and producers to be really, really expressive with their music. So we make virtual reality and augmented reality tools for music production by basically taking their full body movements and translating that into musical data for your dog.
We conclude a fantastic weekend here at NAMM, right here at the NAMM Tech Awards.
NAMM celebrates the music community as a whole, and the NAMM Tech Awards recognize the teams of people who come together to create the sounds of our entertainment world. Movies, TV shows, digital streaming, video games, and more are all created with countless hours of professional dedication to innovation.
Thank you everyone for joining me this weekend on Trending Today here at Winter NAMM 2020. I'm Jana Angel. Join me next time to see what's trending today.